I see. Don't run. Don't run. Don't run. Don't run. Don't run. I see you. Okay, cool. It's your boy Indy back again with another video, episode 4. It is what it was. It is what it is. Say with your chest and not your vest. Looks like we are Monday family now, man. You know what? Book in hand, serious man. Shout out JP. So you know what? As today's episode 4, it's mostly about school stuff, so you can title it Punctually Late. Guys, make sure you like and subscribe. Don't be a stranger. JP got the sugar, got the tea, we got the everything. Don't mind my neighbors. They're loud as hell, man. They're loud as hell. They're loud as hell. So the shower thought I had for the week was, why is the grade 1 enrollment process so chaotic? It's like, man, based on the way they take their statistics, census, and how they take record keeping of all the kids being born in a particular year, they know like in this year and in that year, this amount of people were born. So when they all reach to this particular age, they'll need this amount of people. This amount of people will be, how can I say, eligible to start grade 1. So it's not even a surprise for them. But you know, peep game, this is actually how it plays out. Imagine you're a parent of 2 kids. You want to enroll your child in grade 1. Let's say the application's on a Tuesday. You gotta go there on a Monday afternoon, 6 o'clock. You come there 6 o'clock in the afternoon thinking like, you know what, I'm gonna go 6 o'clock. It's early. I'm gonna go there, take my chair, my blanket, my flask because I love tea, no coffee, shout out coffee, you know, and then obviously with some extra milk in it, and your neck pillow, and probably a book, and you know, power bank. You gotta be ready. You go there. When you arrive, you'll see 2 lines, 50 people this side, 50 people that side. One cycle decided, you know what, the line will go from left to right. The other one said right to left. 2 lines in front of the school. Now you gotta decide, okay, which line do you join? Cool, you join the one that goes from left to right. Now you're thinking to yourself like, what? It's just 6 o'clock. People will be coming and going. Once you get out the line, you lose your spot. And the line continues, bro. You guys keep on moving up. And then 10 o'clock hits. Mosquitoes are coming out. You're like, you know what? You want to sleep. Bro, you can sleep, but people will be cutting lines, so you got to be awake. And you got to think to yourself, like, it's the same nonsense as the NAMCO things, you know? The way people guys go there and sleep outside for the NAMCO stuff. We don't know how many people going to fail, bro. That I can understand. So, you know what? People got solution for that, solve that. But hey, grade 1. Back to the story. Now you're out there, 10 o'clock, 11, 12 o'clock hit, it's midnight. The police will come there asking you niggas like, they'll act like they don't even know what y'all niggas are doing. What are you guys doing here? Somebody will answer in a deep voice, or some Afrikaans lady there. No, we're here. We want to get some space for our kids and blah, 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 blah. They'll be like, no, the neighborhood watch called, you guys can't be here. You guys gotta go. Cool. Some will go, some won't. Numbers will the numbers will decrease. People will still be there. Some stomach will be like, nah, we're not going anywhere. We live in Quisep, we're not going anywhere. They'll stand. Cool. 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, bruh. Your eyes are heavy. You're tired. In the morning, the principal will come out. She'll greet all of you guys. How are you, parents? How are you doing? My name is Principal who. And so the line, I can see there are 2 lines here. Why are there 2 lines here? Then somebody will obviously ask, the person at the back of the line will decide, no, we are here for our kids. But we can see people are here from Quisep, and some people are here from town. They're taking our spaces and blah, 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 blah. And then the principal will decide which line she'll choose. Whether it will be the line that goes from left to right or right to left. Cool, she will choose the line that goes from left to right. Lucky for you, you are in the line. And now everybody in that right to left line will be looking at you like, oh, these people, we just came here to stake our lines and blah, blah, blah. Homeboy, dark skin living in Narva will be looking at you like, yeah, you just came here to take our spots and blah, blah, blah. Mind you, bro, you're not even through yet. You are not even through yet because there's only a limited amount of space for you, per class. So let's say you guys on the left to right line, you guys are about 200. 200 of you people will go and line up in that thing. Before you guys go in the school or whatever, they'll give you guys numbers. They'll be like, take this number, take this number, take this number. If you are in front, like the first batch of people, you might get a card. So let's say there's only about 60 spaces for the kids, or let's say about 100. They'll give out 100 cards. Homeboy, Mr. 101 that came there 7 o'clock in the afternoon of the previous day, you did not make it. You slept outside for nothing. Let's say somebody cut in the line. They stole your space. You were there for nothing, bro. Vexed, angry, whatever. That's life. When you get in there, you will apply, you will do everything and blah, 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 blah. Next year, if you were those people who don't wait and you're out here pumping out kids like you were a rap, but out here putting that gas in your wife or your girlfriend, same thing again, bro. It doesn't matter. Even if you got kids there, it doesn't matter. Your parents will do it. Your kids will do it. The cycle just continues and continues. And I think to myself, like, bro, it's not a surprise to them. Everybody in the community knows this issue. This is something that was on the news. People always talk about it. And I'm like, why do we still have to go on and act like it's something new? Homeboy, like, again, listen at homeboy, Mr. Honorable himself was running for presidency. He used to be a teacher back in the day, innit? So he ran for presidency and said, like, you know what? For the kids who are having, how can I say, who are being taught under the trees and blah, 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 homeboy will fix those problems. Homeboy went into office, and then it was like, he quote, like, and I quote, he said, like, he never actually referenced any kids who are being taught under trees. He doesn't even know about that. So I'm like, some people are aware of the issues. Once they get in power, they forget the issues. Or it's like, it's out of sight, out of mind situations. Like, we know the issues people are facing on the ground, but we let people go through it because, I don't know, it's an inconvenience to them or whatever. But I just find like the grade one, getting places for your child in grade one, it's a madness, man. It's a madness. Segment number 2, story time with your boy, the bearded man from the west side that was bathed in angel oil and all them good stuff. Shout out, mama. You know what? So the story time for today was our cultural fest at school. I think it was in grade 6. Yeah, cultural fest in grade 6, and the oral I had to do in the Afrikaans class. It was all like one day. It's a madness. Cool. So in the food that my mom prepared for me was black beans and pork with full body bombo. So ayo, peep game. If you guys actually watching at home, take out a pen and a page. Let me put you guys on game so you can cook for your significant other. She can say like, you know what, ayo, you got some good cooking skills, and she might even marry you, or he might even marry you. However you guys do your whole thing there. Shout out to them. So what you need, or what my mama did was, she took potato, it's tomato and onions, cut it up with some garlic, put it in a pan, and let the thing get sauteed. Sauteed means that the onions have to be golden brown, nicely. We call it refogado in our culture. That thing was nicely cooked up. And when the black beans have to be cooking out on the fire for about an hour or so. Water will boil, put it in again. It's for an hour or two. Say for an hour, don't be a madman. And then you take the black beans, add it to the pot with the pork. Let them things there cook. My boy, protein and flavor, good one there. I no lie. And then we get what was our flour now, the traditional one we usually eat. We call it full body bombo. I think it's like I think it's cassava. Somebody, like, you know, if you're an immigrant, comment in the comments below, and then I can send immigration to you. They can send you back to your country. But I think, yeah, it is. I think it is full body bombo though. So you know what? Mama did all that, put it in a lunch box, packed it up for me, and we usually wear like kiteng. That's our traditional clothes we wear. But that day I think I only had like some leather shoes on. I'm not sure if I really had the kiteng on or not, or I guess had some thing that looked African or whatever. And one thing I remember is I had a bow and arrow. We don't even use that. And then a drum. You know, a homeboy like music. You know what? Shout out JP. And then I wore that to school. Went to school. The lady called my name when I arrived in the class. I don't even know what class it was. She called me up and like, JP, come in front and explain what you got on and what you guys eat in your family, blah blah, your culture, I guess. And I explained to them, hey yo, peep game, JP, yeah. I didn't really talk like that, you know. So very like reserved kid, you know, mannered. My dad, you know, and my mom's, they did a good job. And then she called me up. I was like, you know what? This is what we eat in our culture. We eat the black beans, fubadi bombo, and what's this? And the pork. This is like a normal, like one of the meals we have in our culture. And then my mom also prepared for me like ngwengwe. I don't know ngwengwe. Yeah. I think she did. She prepared the ngwengwe as well. And ngwengwe is like it's a cereal that we use that we eat. In Nigeria they call it agave. I think it's the cassava root, if I'm not really mistaken. It's the cassava root. You know, shout out the immigrants out there. You know, common immigration will take you back, but you're helping a person in need right now. So yeah, that too. And then for y'all as well who like maybe like want to take one more recipe for me and just, you know, just to show your girl like, you know what, I was at JP's channel, homeboy was giving out free recipes. Let's try this today on a Sunday, blah 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 blah. You know, spoil your family, man. Don't be a bum. You know what? So what you're gonna do is, obviously, like in our culture, the basis of the food gotta start off with refogado. Refogado is a fancy word for onions and tomato. Put it in a pan, a little bit of oil, salt, garlic, and just saute them things. You know, fry it. You know, just let it fry right there, so it's like golden brown. Nice. You smell that flavor in your house. People, don't be afraid of spices. Add some little black pepper in there if you want to. Let them things they kick. Afterwards, you put your chicken in there. Let them things do the flavor. After you're done with that, you know, take some peanut butter. Don't be a weirdo. I said peanut butter. Don't be scared. Peanut butter, guy. Peanut butter flavor. Take it in there, in the pot. Heat that thing. I think we call it we call it mamba. Mamba. Immigrants, come on, in the comments. Comment right there. We'll send it back to your country, but you know you're doing a good cause. So I think we call it mamba. Heat them things there. That and porridge, bro. If you can get some fuba de bombo, ask your Angolan friend that's cheating that's currently smashing your girlfriend. Ask that nigga right there, because if you have an Angolan friend, 9 out of 10 times he's sleeping with your girlfriend. So guys, watch out. But ask him for what about before you fight him, man. He'll still beat you up like the way they beat Namibia in the AFCON. So, you know, shout out the Shalolile, you know, striker, but I couldn't even put a goal in the net. Yo, back to the story. Mamba, them ones there, fire. So after you get that, save your family. I think you can even eat it with some rice, you know, if you want to be all fancy. Cook it up, put your rice in a bowl. Let me show you guys how to present a meal. Put your rice in a bowl. I'm just serving it in a bowl. Put the bowl upside down on the plate, remove it. Then your rice will look like it's in some kind of fancy shape. Put a peanut butter chicken on the side. It's fancy. But if you actually got some guala in you, put some like, take crushed take some peanuts, crush them. Let me see, come, is this like a cooking video now? JP, get back to the story, man. You know, but somebody's writing at home right now, so let me not be selfish. Crush the peanuts, put them in there. Like, you make your own peanut butter basically at home with a little bit of chili. Bangs. Back to the story. Cool. And then after I finished killing it up there, I know people want to eat with me and blah blah, but I didn't share. You know what? JP, I had to share with my own family. Went back home, ate. I didn't share with nobody. You know what? I had to do the Lord's work. So back to the story. So then they called up homegirl. I remember her name, but I don't want to say her name, because if I say her name, it'll be like, hey, yo, you're putting them on blast. But homegirl was a colored. To this day, I don't even know what the difference between a colored and a bastard is. If somebody can tell me in the comment section, all our people from Rehoboth or our people from Windhoek, or doesn't matter how people, you know yourself, man. What is the difference between a bastard and a colored? You know, educate us, man. Educate us in the comments. So the thing was, homegirl said, but she got up with all that confidence. That's what really like sold it to me. I'm like, she must be right. They called her up. Let's make a fake name for somebody who's a colored. Let's make a fake name for her. Let's say Shalandra. It sounds like a real name, you know. Let's say Shalandra. Now, Shalandra, can you please come in front and then tell us what your plate is that you brought for us that shows a bit of your culture. I think the teacher even knew like, nah, bro, colors don't have plates. If you guys say like roasted broad is part of your culture, comment in the comment section, but I don't think so. I don't think so. But if it is, it is. It is what it is, man. It is what it was. Say what you check on your vest. So homegirl came there, opened up her baki, because you have to go there. There's a table in front. You open up your baki. You take out the cloth, blah blah, plate on everything, and explain what you brought. And then if you wanna, the teacher can taste. You put it back in your lunchbox. You go back. Homegirl came there, opened up her thing, took out rice. I'm like, hey, where are we going with this? She took out rice. She took out anyway, it was rice with tomato sauce and chicken. Put the tomato sauce on the oh, girl, put the tomato sauce on the chicken and then just mix it up like this. And say, yeah. And I think and braai vlees, yeah, the braai vlees, man, the braai vlees, yeah, the braai vlees. So and then the braai vlees, and then the roasted broad. It's just like, you know, they take dough, put it on the grill, braai it, and then they eat that shit, you know. So that is apparently their traditional food. Then she was like, yeah. Okay, direct translation into Afrikaans and English. She's like, okay, cool. This is our traditional food. We eat red rice with chicken and braai vlees and roasted brood, which is now bread roasted on the grill. And I looked at homegirl like, I don't know. I think as a kid I was tapped, man. I'm like, yeah, man. I'm like, tomato sauce. That's your cultural thing. Tomato, red rice, tomato sauce. Man, I looked at them, man. I wanted to laugh. I'm like, okay, wait. Ignorance is crazy. So I just look at her like, I was baffled, man. I'm like, you lying, man. You lying. She said roasted broad is their traditional thing. And I'm like, yeah, we eat roasted broad as well. So why go on there? And then she like red rice. I'm like, ew, I like me some tomato too, bro. But I ain't no colored, man. Why go on? Stop it, man. You know, shout out to her. Crazy take of the week is the Namibia vs Angola game was boys against men. I'm really disappointed on how the game ended out, because based on their own achievements, the previous achievements, they overachieved. But when it came to them playing against the bigger teams like Angola, South Africa, Mali, we were not really. If it's on the counter attack, we were goal threat with Hotto and stuff. But really playing through the midfield or trying something, if it's not a cross from the left back, nothing really happened. If it's not something from Prince in the number 10, nothing really happened. So patterns of play as a team themselves, nada. It was more counter-attacking football, and that will only take you so far until the cable guys read you like, you know what, close the defender, put pressure on Prince, press them back and get the second balls. They're basically useless. But shout out the Brave Warriors, man. They did what they did. After watching a disappointing display of football that was a scripted story between boys against men, that was Namibia versus South Africa and Namibia versus Angola in the AFCON, I really had to unwind and relax. So I turned on Prime and I watched the movie titled Roleplay. It's a mix of John Wick and Mr. and Mrs. Smith. If you watch the movie, you should basically know to you. It's a review and a recommendation at the same time. So I really won't go that into I won't spoil the ending for you, but I'll tell you just enough so you can go into the movie, know what you're watching, and then you can come back to me and tell me if the recommendation was good or it was hot garbage. Cool. Kelly C, I know her from The Big Bang Theory. She was Penny in The Big Bang Theory. She killed this role though. So she was the assassin raised by the lady named Gwen in the movie. Gwen found Emma when she was young and raised Emma to become an assassin. Told her to go and kill bad men, but they were not actually bad men, they were just normal people that had bounties on their head. So Emma was sent out by Gwen to kill all these people. When she grew up, she found out what she was actually what she was actually doing, and then she ran away, met a guy named Raj. Raj was her handler, and Raj kept her hidden from all of these people. So Raj would get the jobs for her. She would kill people for her own gain now. When she met David, she settled down, and then she started her own family with David. And she never told David that she was actually an assassin or whatever. She just told David, like, you know what, I work for this company where we have different restaurants around the world. So I'll be traveling to these different countries just to check up on these restaurants and like some kind of manager or whatever. So cool, homeboy trusts his wife. On their anniversary, homegirl came back after assassinating somebody. She was like, you know what, this is my last job. I want papers for my family. She told Raj, I want papers for my family, and we are going to disappear after this last job. So cool. But Raj told her, you know what, after that last job, you didn't check around well. There were cameras, and they saw your face, and there's a bounty out for you. Niggas trying to kill you. You have a large bounty on your head, about, let's say, 500 million. And she was like, what? Yeah, 500 million. And she was like, you know what, I pay you to keep me hidden, so do your job. And this is my last one, and I cannot work on my anniversary because my husband's already suspecting me. I have to lay low for a bit. And he was like, you know what, you're not paying me enough. If you don't work this week, I can't keep you hidden because people are on your neck, and I'm doing my best right now, and what I do needs money, and you're not paying me enough. I won't have enough resources to do all these things. And the lady was like, you know, handle it. And the guy's like, cool, I warned you, my hands are tied, I need moolah, and you're not putting in the work. Cool. Anniversary came. Homegirl even forgot the anniversary. She came home, saw homeboy, made the whole dinner, candles and everything. Homegirl looked around and said, like, you know, what's the meaning of this? What you guys doing? Because they have 2 kids. And then the homeboy was vexed. Next day, homeboy brought in some sexy lingerie for the wife to wear on their anniversary. You know, the night, you know, homeboy want to put in that gas. Homeboy want to put in their work. Some panel beating on the anniversary. But the gal was like, nah, let's do something different. Let's go out to a restaurant. We do some role play. I don't like when people actually say the title of the movie in the show, but you know what, they did. So they were like, okay, we're gonna go to a restaurant. We're gonna do some role play. You will act like you don't know me. You come to the bar. You try to strike me. You'll get me. We'll go to the hotel room, and then we'll make a night of it. Now wear the thing you bought me. You know, they were basically spicing it up. You know. So homeboy was like, you know what? I like this. The next day, the lady at the hotel waiting for him. Homeboy arrived late. There was already a white man at the bar striking up his lady. Not knowing that the man that's actually striking up his lady is an assassin. And homeboy was dropping the hints at the lady, like, you know what? You're dressed to kill. I'll even murder for you. Looks like you're just dropping all those little innuendos in there, like I know your secret type shit, you know. So cool. The lady figured out as well, and then the guy was like, you know what, let me buy a shot for you and your friend, because the man at this point came to the bar and told him like, yo, can you leave us alone? I want to spend time with this lady. And the guy like, oh, cool, I can see I'm not needed here, but before I go, let me buy you buy you guys a shot. I'm in room 103. If you guys want to continue the fun, you guys can link up with me. Cool, it rhymes. Shout out JP. She placed poison in the guy's cup, the assassin guy now. She placed poison in the guy's cup, and the guy took the shot without knowing. And then she went to the room with her boyfriend now, her husband. I mean, she went to the room with her husband, and then she also put not a poison, but like a sleeping drug in the guy's drink. And when the guy fell asleep, she went back to the assassin room now, 103, and told the guy like, cool, what do you want? The guy's like, nah, I know who you are. I don't want to kill you, but I want you to help me kill this next person, and we are going to share the bounty. But for the next few months, I want money from your salary, from all the kills you do. And the lady was like, you know what? I'm not gonna do it. Homeboy took out his gun, put the silencer on, and it's like, you know what? Are you sure about that? I know where you stay. I know your family. I know that's your guy, and we can finish it right here. So cool. The lady was like, you know what? There's one thing I don't do. When I leave the house, I pack my clothes, I take my cards, and I take something deadly with me. When you were taking shots with us, I put a pill in your glass, it poisoned you, and this poison will kick in exactly right now. When she said that, the guy already fell and the poison was already taking effect, and the homegirl said, nah. Better luck next time. Homeboy died. Next day, I told like, you know what? I gotta travel today because my boss told me like, you know, I had to do something. And when we come back, we're gonna go with the police. So when she left, the guy was like, you know what? Cool. Let me calm down. The guy was freaking out at work. On his way back from work, the police came, brought him into the office, and told him like in the interrogation room, and told him like, you know what? Hey yo, that's your wife's name is Emma, right? Yeah, Emma. Nah. Emma died 2 years ago. How long have you guys been married together? 2 years. So the year that she actually met you was when that lady died. She drew a lady's identity, and she was using you as a cover story. Your wife is actually an international criminal. She's an assassin, and she has been changing her identity and killing people all around the world. And she was using you as a cover, basically. Homeboy looking at it like, what? The guy started laughing, like thinking like somebody's playing a prank on him because it sounds so outrageous, you know? And then from there, the whole story just changes. Make sure you go and watch the movie. I don't wanna, cause if I spoil this part, you know, the whole thing basically, you know what? So just go and watch the movie from this point, you know, like, and then come back and then comment whether the movie was good. The movie's name is Roleplay. You can watch it on. You can watch it on Prime. If you don't have Prime, there's always other sites. I'll drop something in the comment section where you guys can go and check it out. Dope movie. If you like it, you like it. Check it out. Every episode we have a part where we get all serious, you know, head up, you know, shoulders back, we get all serious and blah 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 blah. Shout out JP in the gym, looking good. Yeah. People are really going through things in life, but they don't share it. And sometimes life is like a bunch of smoke and mirrors, man. What you see is not what you get. So the whole thing is like, let's say you have a group of friends. You have a group of friends, and people in a group of friends, like they can be your best friend, but people don't actually tell you what they're going through. Especially people on the internet and stuff like that. They only show you a part of their life that looks glamorous, that looks good, that looks fancy. Hey, yo, people are going through things, man. Life is life, and life beats, man. You know, sometimes something my pastor said in church. It's like in life, you go through like there's a mountain, and then there are valleys. So when you're on your mountain, you're rejoicing, and then you work for what you got, and then you achieve what you got. But when you achieve something, you just don't stay there. Once you achieve something, you like it, blah blah blah, you move, and then you work. And then when you work, you get tested, you go into a valley. And then in a valley, life can be tough for you. You can be in a tough situation. Let's say you're at school, you lost your funding, you're currently there trying to find a way to get money, you're going back to the factory trying to find a job, or you're out here trying to sell things and or doing the most, you know, you're there. And then after that, you make it and you achieve. But there's some people like, we don't see that part in people's lives. You don't see the hardship. You don't see the what. People don't share it with other people. So don't look at people's life and just think that when they look happy, when everything looks 100%, you should judge your life based on that standard. That, hey yo, homeboy's only having ups and ups and ups and ups and ups, and there are no valleys. And you'll be like, oh, but I'm going through this and I'm going through that and I'm going through that. People don't show the bad parts in their lives. They hustle in silence, they walk in silence, they go through the drama in silence, and only show the wins. That's life. And with the social media thing, I guess how it is. So I've been on my movie this week, and the movie that I watched also tackled the same situation, but they were talking more about the people going through shit, but mostly on a relationship aspect base. I mean, so cool. So some like it will be dating and doing or what, but we don't actually see the drama. We don't actually see the bad part. We don't see the one, especially in this age of social media where everything is so open. And even when we see it, it's like we don't even allow people to actually go through that issues, because we can see somebody in a relationship, we'll be like, oh, these people are so happy, they're so what, they're so what, they're so what. It's not that they're so happy, it's like they just post the happy part. Who will go on the internet and post an argument, bro? Are you crazy? And even if you post an argument, it just looks so toxic, like, hey, we don't want to know that. But cool, then they'll just do what society allows them to do. They'll just be posting the happy parts and happy parts. Homeboys taking homegirl out on a date. Homeboys taking homegirl on a cruise. Homegirl is buying homeboy all the Nivea products and all the biltongs and doing all the blah blah blah. And they'll be like, hey, yo, goals. They'll be looking at you and they'll be like, hey, yo, I want that too. And then we don't see the other side of the relationship where it's like, a relationship's a roller coaster. There are ups and downs, and sometimes we're not good, sometimes we're not on terms, sometimes we argue, and that's life. But they don't see that, and then like people take that and think like, no, that's how a relationship's supposed to be. So it was yesterday, the day before yesterday, there was a guy named, I think it's the guy's name MJ. He was, I don't know, he was a trader or a scammer or whatever he did, man. So homeboy was in Hull, I think it's Hull City or wherever, somewhere in the UK, had a girl. She was 21 years old or 20. She's 22, right? She was 22. She's currently deceased. A 22-year-old female was dating homeboy named MJ, and then they were dating for a while. Homeboy flew out homegirl to the UK. They've been staying together now for a minute, and then the situation just turned violent, and then homegirl was stabbed 4 times. And now she passed on, she kicked the bucket. But if you look at their relationship and how people used to view them, they were like, hey, yo, this is the one, homeboy hustled, did his thing, built up himself, and then took his girl to the UK. They were doing the things. For someone to get stabbed 4 times, that's anger, man. That's mad violence, So people were looking at it like, what actually happened? I was going through when I was doing research for this video, I was going through some comments and blah blah blah, and somebody said allegedly the girl was found in bed with some other man, and that's why homeboy just put 4 in her like a tire, put 4 in her like I mean, I do all those jokes, but homeboy stuffed her up, stabbed her like a pincushion, did everything. So all that to say is like, nobody really expected that. Everybody's like, wow, how can people out here going through things, man. People out here really going through things. Life is mad, and because of social media, we only show people the good things. We only show people the good side, which is not actually realistic. But who actually want to see a drama online? Like, homeboy did not flush today, so I don't like him. No, she didn't wear this, so I don't like her. Nobody want to hear drama online, but we just want to see the good side. But when you just post the good side and the day we actually see the drama, and they're like, yo, what happened? I thought you guys were perfect. So you know what? It's a madness, man. So you know what? As you can see up here, these are the how can I say? This is how people are reacting to the situation that happened between these 2 individuals, MJ and his girlfriend Claudia, or whatever her name is. Rest in peace, homegirl. It's a madness, man. And after that, the movie I told you guys about, so I'm gonna recommend you guys 2 movies. This one I'm just gonna go like, I'm just gonna go like, this movie can explain these same situations where people will be in this situation that just doesn't happen online. It also happens in real life, where like you will have a friend, or you guys will be in a friend group, but just to buy face and just to look superior, I don't know how people do it, but just to save face, you would want to act like you don't have any problems. You want to act like you are above all the other kids, but you want to portray this image of like, hey, you are 100%. So in this movie titled Couple of Days, there was this character named Joke and Laurent. So Joke and Laurent in the movie, they were a group of 6 people, 3 couples. So Joke and Laurent were married, but Joke took Laurent's whole money after she had a miscarriage. She bought herself some clothes and stuff to sell, and then she lost all their money. And homeboy was literally in debt, trying to find a way to build back to bring back their finances to a level where they can, like, you know, maintain it. But now they were literally bankrupt. But she didn't want to tell her friends about it, and it was like, don't tell my friends about it, I guess tell them before we leave and just act normal. Homeboy said, cool, I'll do that for you, but right now I can't even touch you. He wasn't even having any intercourse with his girl, with his wife or anything. Homeboy was pissed, and homegirl was like, you know what, maybe you don't want to have intercourse with him because you're having some erectile dysfunction or whatever. But the guy was like, you know what, I'm so vexed that I can't even touch you right now. But the story was, but the real story was that the lady actually had 9 abortions before this miscarriage, and she didn't tell the guy. And the guy found out about it why after he was pregnant. The doctor was like, yo, how come my wife had a miscarriage? And she was, I guess, fine, and and the doctors were like, no, before this she had 9 miscarriages, and then her womb is currently having a problem, that's why she can't even bear kids no more. And the guy was now angry with the wife, like, yo, why didn't you tell me this? If you told me this earlier, we could have gone through this as a family, and we could have worked this out. But you lied to me, and you made me feel like something else was the problem. So the guy was actually vexed with her, but didn't actually confront her. So he just used the issue, the fact that she also had the money, as a way just to distance himself from the wife, because he couldn't actually face her. So when they went to the getaway with this couple, they went to go and stay with Jude and Kenneth. So Jude and Kenneth was like the older couple in the group of 6. So they were the couple everybody looked up to, like, you know what, they've been married the longest. Jude is a businessman, he got his business things together, and Kenneth was like the figure that these 2 ladies tried to look up to, like, we want to be more like Cynthia. Her name is Cynthia. We want to be more like Cynthia. But behind the scenes, Cynthia didn't even tell her friends that she also had a miscarriage. No. She gave birth, but after she gave birth, she went into some maternal blues, and she became bipolar, and she had episodes where she would run around the house acting crazy, taking knives, chasing people, blah blah blah. And homeboy Jude was tired of her, and then he cheated on her with one of his personal assistants once. And then the lady told her, like, don't do it again, and the guy said he won't do it again. But he slowly started falling out of love with his wife, and just look at her like, nah, she's getting old, I don't actually feel the same way about her anymore, But the way they portrayed the relationship with their friends was like, you know what, this happy relationship where everybody just so, you know, everybody's so giddy, they want this and that's the image that they were selling to their friends. And then there was this younger couple, the newly married couple. This is the Nina and Dan. Nina and Dan was like this new couple. Everybody's looking like, oh, you guys are always having intercourse. It's like you guys still in the honeymoon phase. The 2 couples now will always tell Nina, like, you guys still in the honeymoon phase. You guys will also join us where you guys won't even have any intercourse. The love will die. It will feel more like work. And Nina will always tell her, like, you know what, we are new at this, but we'll still fall in love. We will still love each other like it's the first day, no matter how many years we spend together. So they were always holding hands, they were always in each other's space, always doing the most, you know. But the secret that Nina was keeping from Dan was, like, Nina knew her husband, Dan, had a child out of wedlock. So, like, Nina knew that Dan had a child out of wedlock, and she forgave Dan without even telling him. Like, she found out that Dan had a child while they were married, and she just told herself, like, you know what, maybe he's keeping this secret from me because he doesn't want to hurt me. So the fact that he's keeping a secret from me is like he's protecting me from it. So I love him more, and I forgive him, and we can just move on. But throughout all this throughout this couple retreat, whatever, Joke, the lady who had the 9 miscarriages, told her friends that her husband had erectile dysfunction. So they were teasing the guy. The guy got angry. He went to go and sleep. Cynthia, Jade's wife, the one who is bipolar, argued with her husband because the husband was on the phone with the PA. She went to go and sleep. So the only people in the sitting room were Joke and Jude. So Joke and Jude were talking about, like, how they feel like they are these young people married to old school people, and if they were married with each other, things would have been better because they feel like opposites attract, and if they end up together, things would have been better. And then homeboy started kissing Joke, and then his wife came out, saw them, didn't say anything. The next day, the whole bomb went off. That's where the lady said, like, oh, cool. The next day, the next morning, Joke woke up and told Laron, like, yeah, as you don't even want to have any, as you don't want to touch me anymore or do anything with me, just leave me alone, we can have a divorce. Then homeboy was like, hey, cool. This is the time actually confront his wife, like, oh, cool. If you actually want to do this right now, you actually want to go into detail why I actually don't want to be with you anymore, it's because I know that you had 9 abortions and you never told me about it. Now the guy's talking about this in front of everybody. Like, you had 9 abortions and you don't even tell me about it. That's why I don't want to touch you anymore. And you wasted our money. You spent all our money. Now we are literally broke. And you want me to act in front of your friends because that's how good of a liar you are. I'm not a good liar. That's why I'm feeling so uncomfortable around your people. And then Jude went to go and hug Joke to calm her down. And then Cynthia came out and told Jude, was like, oh, cool. So you two were kissing yesterday night, and now you're hugging this morning. So you guys still didn't have enough of each other. Then Laura was asking, like, why are you talking about? Then she said, no, your wife kissed my husband last night, and I don't even know how far they went because I just felt so angry I left. And the guy was like, what? Really? Then they were running to fight, and then the Nina girl was stopping them, and then she was the one acting like the voice of reason, like, no, you guys shouldn't fight because you guys have been through so much, you guys have been married for so long. That's when she put Dan on blast, like, you guys think my relationship is so good because it's a new wedding and it's a new marriage and we're all acting like we can't even keep our hands off each other, but I know that Dan has a child that he didn't tell me about, that he got while we were married, and I already forgave him and what. So she was like, if I can forgive my husband for this, you can forgive your wife for that, and you can find a way to love your wife even though she's getting old. You can learn to love your wife even though she is even though she had 9 abortions and didn't tell you about it, because they all have their reasons, and love is work, and you guys should find a way to communicate. You guys can go and watch the movie on Netflix. It's on Netflix. It's called Couple of Days. The movie it gets crazier after that. So all that to say that sometimes we portray this image to other people because we don't want to let them in. We want to show that everything is okay. We try to act strong, and we portray a fake life. And then other people might look at this and think like, no, that's the standard. So I should be that happy. I should be that calm. If anything bad happens in my life, I'll be like, oh, how come am I going through all this? And my life is going so badly because John didn't even go through this. Maria didn't go through this. And Sia didn't go through this. All that madness. Like, you know what? People only show you the good side of their life, and their bad sides to keep it. It's not a bad thing. It's not a good thing. It's just life. So don't judge your life based on what you see in other people, because they only show you what they want to show you. It is what it was. It is what it is. We're at the end of the video. Random thoughts, my favorite part of the video. So the random thoughts for the week is, would you take 30 million at the age of 25, but if you take this money, you are not allowed to get any other source of income or any other money from anybody else. If you do, your money disappears instantly, and that's the only money you're allowed to use. That 30 million, the only amount you're allowed to use until you die. That's the only money you're allowed to survive on. Or would you rather take option B, where you restart your life with all your memories, start over as an infant, and you have to go through life with extreme poverty? Breakfast is one slice of bread and water. Lunch, porridge and spice. Dinner is cabbage and fish, and you just eat that same food every day for 30 years. And at the age of 30, you will get 60 million cash untaxed, and you can survive on that amount until you die, and you're not allowed to get any other form of income or help from anybody. If you do, your mind disappears. So would you take option A or option B? Comment in the comment section and we can talk about it in the next video. So if you guys didn't comment yet, make sure you go and comment. So in the next episode, we'll be reading out the best comments. So yo, it's been your boy Indy. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, make sure you share the video, and see you guys on the next one. It's your boy Indy. We out here.